Do you agree with that, Jitendra Bhargava, we have a virtually, if not monopoly, a duopoly today in the aviation sector, and therefore at times passengers are being taken for granted?
Asdeep, absolutely not. You will recall we've done several programs where people have been have not been communicated the right position even 10 years ago when there were 6 airlines operating. Jet Airways was there, Kingfisher was there, there were many other airlines. It's the same scenario when people talk of fares being, because of the monopoly, fares going up. We had last year a severe debate on fare increases when there were 5 airlines operating. It isn't because of these factors. Airlines have no incentive to mistreat a passenger, delay a flight, cancel a flight, divert a flight. It is happening because of factors which are beyond their control. I've been only seeking from passengers some kind of consideration, appreciation of operational constraints, not in the normal situation. When you have fog hitting the flight schedules, aircraft scattered everywhere, flights operating, as Kapil very rightly said, Cat 3 pilots when you roster them on a certain day, the fog doesn't come the next day, you need rest. How do you multiply it? And let's not also forget, in the year 2023, 133 aircraft got added, which meant 2,000 additional pilots. Can airlines afford to ground pilot for Cat 3 training so that we do not have it? And
that's a good point. That's a good point that I want to take to Captain A.D. Manik, former aviation instructor who's been listening carefully. Mr. Captain Manik, where is the problem? Are the pilots also limited in their choices at times like this? Are airlines, in your view, limited when you're faced with a severe fog? Is there a solution out there? You're on mute, Captain.
The problems, what we have been facing. Yeah.
Go ahead.
The problems what we have been facing, on a different kind of background and different factors involved. So the first thing what I was listening very carefully and I understand the situations, what's going on. My view on this is it's not the fault of operator, airline, where passenger go and blame and something. A lot of things are involved. It's a airport operator, Airport Authority of India, the regulator, DGCA, Government of India is involved. And it's a weather, it's a nature, and one have to understand.
So you're saying stop the blame game. You're saying you can't blame anyone.
Yes, I agree that, and that strongly we can't blame somebody. And we need to concentrate on have a meeting with the regulator and the airport operator and airline operator, and then.
No, I take your point, Captain. I take your point, but the fact is, Lloyd Matthias, that you're a passenger, you're angry today, you vented on Twitter as I have and many others have. Here are 3 experts virtually suggesting, look, there's a severe fog out there. Kapil Kaul is reminding you what happened in the United States when there was a blizzard in 2022. This happens across the world. Is that good enough, you believe, a response for a passenger today? That, look, please bear with us. This inconvenience is not unusual. Is that good enough for you, Lloyd?
Not really, Raj. I do recognize that the winter and fog is an annual occurrence in North India. I know it can cause severe disruptions. I think the manner in which it's been handled, the fact that it just took today for the aviation minister to kind of wake up and, taken some measures right to the airlines, very fact that the 2 airlines have not been speaking with each other to accommodate passengers on each other's flights, the very fact that communication has been pathetic, if not dismal, I think a lot of this speaks of the fact that there is a sense of complacency, the fact that we can take passengers for granted. And in a modern world where there are lots of people where a lot of people are traveling, I think this is completely unacceptable. I hear all the 3 aviation professionals on the show. I'm deeply disappointed that an industry that's so large is you can say so immune to consumer issues. I think this is serious. In any other industry, this would be an absolute no-go. I think this calls for severe penalties, and the aviation ministry must take it up very, very strongly with the airlines. Cannot take passengers for granted.